Alright, here we go. So we're playing the Monsters Only event, which is basically fairies and fiends are the only cards you can really use. Of course, I do have an Unchained deck. I've had an Unchained deck almost since this game started. I just rarely play it because the meta has changed so much that it's hard to actually enjoy a deck like this. So when this event came out, I just basically copied that deck and I'm using it now. So I'm going to start off with Rakia right here, and then I'm going to pop this set spell card right here, which will allow me to summon out a monster. I go ahead and summon out just a Unchained Soul, and then that allows me to go into Unchained Soul of Rage, and then I set a Torrential Tribute and a Call by the Grave. My opponent is going to play the Weather Painters. So he's going to summon a monster. This is a normal summon, so I can't interact right here other than just Torrential Tribute. And then he's going to grab the field spell, activate the field spell. He's going to normal summon again, so I cannot interact right here either. And then this is the first time where he actually goes into a special summon monster using his 3 back row. And this particular card I can interact with, so I'm going to Unchain Soul of Rage right here. And of course he's activating. And he is then going to activate that Weather Painter Cloud to negate and basically destroy. So since he's doing that, to basically stop me from link summoning right here, I'm just going to Torrential Tribute. So he's going to lose his Weather Painter Rainbow anyways, regardless. So I'll go ahead and pop both monsters since that got negated. So now neither of us have any monsters. He's going to set these 2 cards back to his field, and then Rakia goes to my hand. And so now I have Rakia, Sarama, and then also the Abomination's Prison. Abomination Prison is basically a searcher. You just basically can search for whatever, any Unchained card. And I just call by the grave that link 3 just to negate its effects. I don't really know a whole lot about this deck, but I just call by the grave it just to negate its effects. So I then go ahead and activate that Abomination's Prison to grab the 3rd twin out of these. And I know that there's a combo with all 3 of these. If you have all 3, you can basically do what I'm about to do right now. So I'm just going to go Sarama. Basically, Sarama can activate, allowing me to set a spell card from my graveyard to the field, and then I pop it, allowing me to special summon out an Unchained Soul. Basically, any special summon of any of the Unchains, but I decide to go Unchained Soul because this card has its own effect to link basically with a monster that my opponent have on the field. So I go ahead and link into Unchained Soul of Rage. My opponent is going to solemn that, which that's exactly what he actually needed to do, because if he didn't, I was about to go into a link 3 possibly. Either a link 3 with that, or I was going to activate the Aruha right here. But if I got to my link 3, basically the effect is you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon. So I was going to make his other monster disappear. So this was actually the perfect time to solemn me right here. So I then pop this card, go into another Unchained Soul, discard the Rakia right here, and then just enter the battle phase and attack. And of course my opponent just pretty much scoops it up. Now the whole game plan was to get to my boss monster, and I know y'all like to always ask about the deck list, so I will show y'all the deck that I was playing in this event. And here it is. Nothing too crazy, but basically this is the deck. I did make some changes just to make it playable, but yeah, this is the deck. This is the boss monster right here, Unchained Abomination. And the whole goal usually is to go IP Masquerena and then IP Masquerena into Unchained Abomination, but I can't play Sprite Elf or IP Masquerena in this deck because neither of those 2 are a fairy or a fiend. So of course Elf is nowhere near in sight. Can't even go to it. So pretty much this is the deck right here. Super powerful, super fun to play. Um, it's easy to kind of link climb with this deck. Everything kind of works together. You basically summon something, pop something, summon something, pop something, summon something, pop something, whatever the case may be, and you just kind of climb. And when you're not playing the monster type festival, this deck plays even better because you have Sprite Elf. You also have IP Masquerena. You can basically go into IP Masquerena, then to Sprite Elf, basically revive back that IP Masquerena, and then use the two of those to go into Unchained Abomination. Unchained Abomination just destroys all day long. It's like non-stop pop, 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 pop. And if you do that, if you have another way to get to it where this can be under a Sprite Elf arrow, and it'll be untargetable, so you're popping even more. And then if you're reviving back this Unchained Soul of Rage, basically during your opponent's turn, if you were using Sprite Elf to revive this, you bring this back, and then during your opponent's main phase, you can basically just link off something to go into another link climb. So it's just insane how you can just go monster for a monster and just keep linking stuff off, keep making it difficult for your opponents to really just do anything. So crazy interactions. You can pop stuff your opponents put on the field. It's hard for them to really build their board because this is a deck that pops and it links off stuff while they're trying to build their board. So it's just basically a stopping board that brings your opponent's boards to a halt. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.